how'd you get there? What did you do? How are we going to see this challenge as an opportunity? We have a lot of time right now. Like, how can we do more with the time? Like, how can we create more income? How can we put ourselves in a position where maybe we can start a business? Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel for the Adventurous Real Estate Investors. I'm Suzy.
And I'm Michael. Thank you so much for joining us. So in this video, we just want to briefly discuss who we are and why we started this YouTube channel. So a little bit about me. I am still active duty military. I'm in the Air Force. I'm actually currently living in Cambridge, England. And I'm getting a PhD in biochemistry at the University of Cambridge. I was teaching at the Air Force Academy prior to coming here. They sent me to get a PhD and I'll return back to continue teaching. So Suzy, you want to tell a little about you?
Yes. So I'm Suzy, also living in Cambridge, England with Sir Michael. So I'm currently a program manager for a biotech company located in Cambridge, which has been a lot of fun. I love all the diversity and I love all the culture. But before moving here, I had been in accounting for a very long time and I just wanted a career change. And so I went and got my MBA at the University of Denver. And from there, I found my love for supply chain. I just loved the whole concept of the raw material going all the way to the finished product. And now I love seeing that within the whole entire world and just broadening, creating a wide view of my mind has just been wonderful. And that's what I loved the most. But
absolutely. So Suzy and I got started investing in real estate because of the first lockdown and COVID-19. We were in lockdown for over 100 days. And in that lockdown, we kind of looked at each other well, we really don't know what we're going to do. We choose not to have a TV because of the distraction that it causes. And so instead we read a lot. And so we decided, hey, at the beginning of the lockdown, let's just have a mini book club with each other. So we started reading books. And so I would read it and then she would read it. And then basically we'd have a little discussion afterwards, mini book club. And by mini, I mean micro. It was just Suzy and I. Yeah. And so the first book we read was The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And in that book,
yeah, so that book truly talks about the 1% compounding, doing actions that make yourself 1% better every day. Whether that be how you eat, how you treat people, what you're doing throughout your day. If you're getting up 5 minutes earlier, again, use your imagination to decide what 1% better means for you. But that book just meant a lot to Michael and I because as we were in lockdown, we're okay, how are we going to see this challenge as an opportunity? And so at the back of the book, he has a recommended reading list. And because The Slight Edge just really changed our way of thinking or broadened it, one of the books in the back that we decided to order was Multiple Streams of Income by Robert Allen. And we chose that book along with many others, but this one specifically because we're okay, we have a lot of time right now. How can we do more with the time? How can we create more income? How can we put ourselves in a position where maybe we can start a business? Maybe we can, be bloggers, whatever, imagination again. We were trying to figure out a lot of ways. And a couple of chapters in, it discusses real estate investing. And once Michael read that chapter, he literally looked at me and said, skip all the other chapters. Please just read this one. This is something we have to do. And so we did.
Absolutely. So we actually, we decided we're going to get into real estate investing and we were going to start with single family. And we actually got what I call a false start in single family. So we actually built a long distance investing team in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Well, that team that we built, we ended up getting 2 doors under contract. And then the unthinkable happened. An inland hurricane came through, wiped out 60% of the trees, which was a devastation for the city. Well, yes, it was devastating for the city, but now the 2 properties we had under contract, we couldn't get contractor bids on them because the contractors were busy rebuilding the city, not really focusing on rehabbing rental properties. So those 2 properties fell out of contract. That's why we had a false start. Well, at that time, Suzy and I took a step back and our 5-year goal was to get into multifamily. And so we okay, well, now we can go ahead and move towards that 5-year goal. Let's go ahead and pivot straight to that 5-year goal because here's why. We were at a veterans real estate investing conference a month or 2 before that, put on by Bill Allen called Veterans REI. Check it out. It's yearly now, which is a pretty awesome conference. It talks about everything real estate investing, wholesaling, flipping, multifamily, whatever. And so one of the Q&A sessions was with Whitney Sewell. Whitney Sewell is the principal at LifeBridge Capital, and he looked me right in the face. He said, Michael, you don't have to start with single family, you can go straight into multifamily. Well, that planted a seed in the back of my head. Even though we didn't take action on it immediately, it planted the seed and we started growing that seed, and then that seed became an idea. And then once that we were kind of backed into a corner, we had to figure out where we're going to invest in real estate. That seed then bloomed and blossomed into an idea, and we decided to pivot straight into multifamily, which then we ended up finding a partner, a boots on the ground partner, and then moving into our market now.
Yeah, and so just to because that's a lot to all put together, right? Like, well, how'd you get there? What did you do? It was a lot of hours of education. It was a lot of more books that we started reading, because we probably ordered another 20 books, whether that had been through Amazon, through a local bookstore, or through the library. Tons of books, tons of podcasts, because there are so many different ways that you can take action in real estate investing that you really need to figure out which one fits best for your needs, your family, and your life. And what that also involved was a lot of meetups and a lot of conferences, like Michael said. So we went to quite a few conferences before we even decided, right? Because there is just, the education is never ending, the knowledge is never ending. So really, just dip your toes in all of the education so that you can figure out what works best for you. Because what works best for us, could be completely different for all of you. And I mean, like Michael had even said, we thought burring was the best way for us to succeed. And then once that didn't work, we just jumped right into multifamily. Again, it was not an easy task. A lot of meetups, a lot of conferences, a lot of one-on-one calls with a lot of people. We were doing 20 to 25 calls a week. And so you just need to know that your consistency and the effort that you put in will get you to amazing, amazing places. But yes, you do have to put the work in order to get these amazing returns.
Absolutely. And in the rest of the YouTube channel, we'll also dive into other videos where we talk about building a long distance team for multifamily syndications, whether that be out of state, down the street, or out of the country. And then we'll also get into how we leverage networking in order to build this team as well. So be on the lookout for those videos, and go ahead and subscribe, and make sure that you're following all the videos, because we'll have additional videos where we describe our journey in further detail. We look forward to sharing that with you.
Yes, as Michael had mentioned, we love educating. So I have been a coach and a mentor, but we wanted to find a way to be able to serve beyond the traditional four walls of the classroom. And this was the best way for us to do it. So as we go through these journeys, through history, through all of the English heritage sites, we want to be able to share our education that we've been learning for real estate investing and through mindset just in these places, because we thought it was very fitting to be able to get out and explore and show you what we're adventuring while we're also educating.
So if you found value in this video and you're excited to watch the rest of the videos on our YouTube channel, go ahead and smash that like button down here, and you can subscribe here as well.
And before we go, because we love little jigs, make sure you do one as well today. Just put a smile on your face. It's a lot of fun. That's how we worked our way through lockdown with a lot of this.
If you want to see a specific video or learn some specific topic, or want us to talk about a specific topic, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. We'll be sure to respond to that comment and maybe make a video on the specific topic you want us to discuss. So until next time, explore more, adventure awaits.
Woo!